Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tayo. If you're new here, I say thank you. Welcome. If you're returning, you are the real MVP. You are actually the real MVP. I'm not very consistent here. I only shoot videos when I have something to say. And thank you for sticking with me and coming back to my channel whenever I post videos. So today I'm talking about something that happened to me a couple of weeks ago. If you're following me on LinkedIn or on Instagram, then you're aware of this. April 29, I wrote my PMP examination and I was able to pass it. That was my first attempt. I was super excited about it. I spread it all around on Instagram and on LinkedIn. I'm that kind of person. I'm always grateful for things that happen in my life. I can't even help myself or contain myself. I just want to share to the world. So after I shared it online, I've seen a lot of people reach out to me, asking me about the journey, how long it take me to read, how did I study, what did I study. So I'm in a couple of groups. You guys know I like communities. So I did a bullet point of my reading plan, and I shared it in those communities. And I realized that not everybody is in those communities. I still see people reach out to me on LinkedIn or Instagram, ask about it. I copy and paste, but then sometimes I have to call them to actually, talk more about it. So I decided to do this video so that when if anybody asks me about my study plan or my PMP journey, I will simply just send them the YouTube link. Win-win situation. So what did I do? So last year, November, I was just, I did my CHRP certification last year, and I was like, okay, I've hit the ceiling for HR. What next? So I started to look at the skills I had and what I needed to do, what personal development I needed to do to upskill and improve myself. Here you cannot sleep. You have to keep learning to make yourself relevant in the market. So I thought of project management because while I was in finance, even in HR, I've done a couple of projects. I just wanted to solidify my project experience by backing it up with a certification. And I talked to a couple of people, and honestly, project management has always been in my bucket. In fact, I tried to do it twice in Nigeria, but I just couldn't study in Nigeria. I don't know. It was just so hard for me. So I decided on this. So I spoke to some of my organization, and they really did encourage me. They told me that if I passed, they would pay for it. So I was even more gingered. So immediately I got that into my head. I just reached out to someone in our Nigerian community. Bola, I'm sure you guys know him. He's on LinkedIn. He talks about Agile, Scrum, project management, everything else. He bab a lot. He has a company called Stacy and Lloyd, and I reached out to him. I said, well, I think I reached out to him because one of the people that I observed from afar that actually mentors me, she doesn't know she's my mentor. She wrote PMP last year and she did a bootcamp with him. So I was like, okay, that might be something. So I asked, when is the first PMP bootcamp for 2022? He said it was in end of January. So I went ahead to book the bootcamp and joined them. We started last weekend of January and it lasted 6 weeks. So that was me starting up on the PMP journey. I started end of January. So we went through the whole curriculum. There's a book called PMBOK, and at that time I hadn't even registered with PMI. So I wanted to even see what this was all about. Maybe it was something that midlife crisis I probably will not pursue. But after the boot camp, I just in the group, we had this WhatsApp group, people in the group, because he gave us every week he would give us assignments and we had to group ourselves and all that. So we now decided to form a study group right after the boot camp. So we had to create a study group based on our time zone, because some people were in America, some people were in Nigeria. So we wanted to, and then because it was hot in our body at that time, we said we would be meeting every day for 1 hour, every day, like Monday to Sunday. So that's how we started out. And there's this prep cast. You can just go online. If you want, you could actually reach out to me. I'll give you the link to the prepcast, but you could just simply go online, project management prepcast. PMP exam. Just Google it, you see it. So it's just a bunch of practice questions that you can actually sit back and practice with. I think that the benefit of that, we started out right after the bootcamp. We hadn't read. So at the beginning, we were taking longer to answer questions, and we're relying on the examiner's answers to actually understand what the answers should be. We hadn't read a lot. We were just relying on knowledge from the bootcamp. So those of us that have short attention span like me, after the first hour, I'm already on Instagram, I'm tuned off. So I didn't really know much at the beginning. But what really helped was that some of us heard about this guy called Andrew Randayal. Andrew Randayal is like a PMP genius. It's all over YouTube, and he has a course on Udemy. The course is called PMP Certification Exam Prep Course, 35 hours PDU Contact Hours / PDU on Udemy by TIA Education. So TIA Education is his company. He owns it and is the primary principal, I don't know what they call them, consultant in the company. His name is Andrew Randayal. The course is really, really good. Because one of the things that you need to register with PMI, that's the Project Management Institute, is to have 35 contact hours of study, project management study. And that we got with our bootcamp. But someone mentioned to us that this Andrew guy is like a PMP genius. Better check out his course. So what we did was, every night when we meet and we do those, we will do 30 questions every day, all the knowledge areas. We heard that ITTOs, if you're studying for PMP, you know what I mean by ITTOs, wouldn't come out for the exam. So we will take them off the 30 questions and just, take random questions. So at the end of the day, when we get our report, we will see the knowledge areas that we need some improvement on, and the onus is on you as an individual studying for the exam to, during the day while you're working, just, we will go back to I personally will go to the Udemy course and just read those knowledge areas, so that if questions come from that area at night when we're studying, I'll be better prepared. So that's what we did. We would take 1 hour every day, 8 to 9. It was not 9 actually, because we were not at the beginning. We were doing more than 9 because we weren't getting the answers. But as time went on, we were better prepared. We were reading more, so we could actually finish earlier. And so we will start at 8. So eventually, we saw that it wasn't productive to do it Saturday and Sunday, so we would only do Mondays to Friday, like work days. And then you just go between Andrew's videos and the Prepcast course. So we did that for a couple of weeks, and one of us went ahead to do the exam exactly 1 month after the bootcamp was over. That's the 26th of February. No, March actually. We finished in February. So 26th of March, and it was an eye-opener because we're like, gosh, she passed. That means we can also pass. So he came back and told us that we're doing the right thing, that we can actually do the exam now. But we're like, So, but it really gingered us to know that we can actually pass the exam. So, along the line, few weeks to the exam. So we now all targeted to write our exams in April. I just paid for the exam, because if you don't pay for the exam, you keep reading. And that exam is in such a way that you have to keep reading till your exam day. If you stop, you forget, and you don't want that. So, a few weeks to the exam, somebody advised us in the group that we should read what is called Agile Practice Guide. It's one of the things that you get when you register with PMI with the PMP 6. At the time, I got PMP 6. So I got the Agile Practice Guide. It's about 168 pages. I hate to read, but it was actually an interesting read. It was interesting for me because it was kind of high-level Agile. I'd already watched the Agile part of Andrew's video, so it was just to buttress what I already listened to in the 35 hours course on Udemy. So that was good. So obviously, the more you read, the more you can participate when you come together at night to practice questions. So you could see improvements, over the days, over the weeks in all of us, because we're reading more. So a few weeks to the exam, 2 weeks to be precise, somebody in the group also came up that there's this practice question that you guys, simulator actually, by TIA, which is Andrew's company, that is a true reflection of the exam itself. So we started to do it. It has 6 mock exams, about I think 60 questions and timed. So we now give ourselves a target that if we can get at least 80 across board in all the mock exam, then we're ready for the exam. And that was exactly what we did. Every day we would just, pick one question, one mock exam, try to deal with it. At that point we had already read enough, so we're not even relying on answers. We just wanted to do like we're in exam condition. It was pretty cool, even though we did it as a group on Zoom. All this was on Zoom. I've never met these people. They're just my friends that I met virtually, and they've become my PMP buddies. So also so the exam has at least 2 to 4 calculation questions. I just didn't get it while I was studying, so I still went back to Andrew's video. He has a whole playlist for the calculation questions. If you can just search for it, he has a playlist for calculation questions, about 6 videos. Very, very eye-opening. Like, it's really good. That guy is really good. So 1 week to the exam, what I did was that I joined his live videos on YouTube. He does some live videos that he uses to encourage us, like you going for the exam. Don't worry, you go for the exam. When you go for the exam, make sure you wear blue. Blue is his favorite color. You see it in all his videos. And then be ready to celebrate with a beer and carrot cake when you pass. Because you're gonna pass. So it's just to have like the agile mindset, to have the fact that you're a winner, just to calm your nerves and know that you're confident, and just to encourage you to go ahead and write the exam. So that's pretty much the steps I took to study for my PMP. The day of the exam is a story for another day. I did a video on that same day on my Instagram, so Fatayo, FADD Tayo, you can check it out. I had some incidents. Thankfully, they cut me off, but I already finished the exam. I passed the exam anyway. So I'm very grateful to God for that. It gave me some level of confidence, like I've been doing projects for God's sakes. But, me passing that exam just gave me some, my shoulder pad just went up. Like, I'm so confident to call myself a project manager and embark on projects even in my workplace, or maybe everywhere that I'm involved in. So that's basically my study plan in a nutshell. I hope this is beneficial to you as you go on your journey to study for your PMP. Don't go alone, especially when you're an adult like me. I don't know, honestly, as long as I live and as long as I'm developing myself professionally, I will always look for individuals with the same mindset that we can come together and study. I find it very beneficial to me. It's always so hard to be alone and study. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this is a very beneficial video for you. If it's not, you can share it with someone in the same journey. Until the next video, peace out. Remember to like, share, comment, and I don't know, just interact with the video so that people can see this video more. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.